Is it true that in your house, being a filmmaker, you have more food books than film books?
I have no film books. So I call Parsi people to my house and I say Branchak for it.
And what is the reaction?
They're quite surprised. And in that search, I found Sanjeev.
At Centaur.
And I went to Centaur and the GM there introduced me to all the chefs but Sanjeev. Depending on which biryani. I'm not a biryani fan.
Oh no?
Yeah. So
no.
This is a.
My heart is broken. You know, the thing is, I'm really excited about today's guest. Not because he's like a highly regarded filmmaker, not because he's done so many OTT series that are so popular, but because after being an award-winning filmmaker, when you ask him to have a conversation, he says, I can talk a lot more about food than I can talk about cinema. Well, the gentleman we're talking about is the one and only Mr. Hansal Mehta, and we're bringing him to Highway Gomantak, which is in Mumbai, because he is a mutton lover. Not only does he cook mutton, he also loves mutton. So we're waiting for him to arrive, and then we're going to dig into a huge conversation and a huge plate of mutton. We'll also ask him, Khaane mein kya hai? Hello, hi. Very good to have you. Come. Chalo, it's time to eat. Huh? Come. So here he is, Hansal Mehta. The man is a highly awarded filmmaker. He's done so many OTT shows that everybody's talking about. But he says that he prefers talking about food than about cinema.
Yes, food is my first love.
First love with food.
So cinema also happened because of food.
How?
Khana Khazana.
Correct. Yeah, but I'm going to come to Khana Khazana a little later on. I want to first talk about your whole experience with food during your series, you know. Like, for example, suppose I say that you're a Gujrati, correct? Your first two OTTs were based on Gujratis, and the one scene that remains in my head is from Scam, when they're all sitting in their chawl home on the floor and they're eating food, and there's Bengal ka bharta happening over there.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it just struck me as whoever is making this film knows what he's talking about, you know.
So I'm very particular about what people get to eat. So what normally happens on a shoot, when you show food, so tiffin ka khana is put there. The same dal, some unrecognizable sabzi, mixed vegetable they call it.
Mixed vegetable, full of oil.
Full of oil and creamy and cooked 100 times over. So I am very particular. I said, yaar, ye itna order karo ya to ghar se mangao. And if it's a Gujarati family, we have that ringna bateta nu shaak.
Ringna bateta nu shaak. I also love it. So you actually sort of designed the food for that shot?
Almost.
In a way?
But I mean, I also, Bengal, when I was growing up, was the poor man's meat, in a way,
Okay, so
when you're showing them in a chawl, so, what, besides aloo, what do you eat?
But did you sort of grow up vegetarian or non-vegetarian then?
I grew up vegetarian, but I had a neighbor, Gujarati neighbor, Prabodh Kaka, who used to keep pushing me, try some meat, try this, try that, it's good for you. And for some reason, I used to eat only aloo. So my parents also used to crib, let him eat chicken, yaar.
Kuch to khayega.
Aloo nahi khaya. वो सिर्फ आलू खाता है, and that's why I'm like an aloo.
We are all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat.
So my siblings, they used to eat at Prabodh Kaka's house. So they one day fooled me.
And Prabodh Kaka, Gujarati was
Gujarati, Prabodh Mehta.
I have this experience I want to share with you. I was in Gujarat shooting, in Ahmedabad shooting years ago. Okay, I'm shooting on the road, street food, but in the Bhatiyar Galli, so a lot of
mutton.
Okay, and so I've set this table up with mutton, prawn, bheja, kaleji, all these things, and we're shooting, and I'm eating, And one Gujarati lady from there starts heckling me. Hey, ketla, how much are you eating? How much are you eating? Okay. So I said, Avija, tame bhi avija. And she came and sat next to me. And she ate everything on my thing. And I'm coming here from Mumbai, where and all my Gujarati friends were vegetarian. So I said, this is not possible. I thought I'll challenge her to eat what I'm eating. And she took the challenge.
Yeah.
Which means there is a substantial amount of...
I mean, most Gujaratis, there's this old joke about different types of vegetarians. Some who are vegetarian on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Correct. Okay, I know where this is going.
Some who eat curry
from the chicken.
Yeah. But not the chicken.
Correct.
There's some vegetarians who eat eggs and curry. So there are varieties of Gujarati. Most of them
and there are some who eat vegetarian in the house and non-vegetarian outside the house.
The main ones, the biggest number of Gujaratis I know are the ones who eat at home. We don't cook. So it was my parents also. My father used to eat chicken and fish, but at home he would suddenly turn very ghare nahi banao. So it was a thing that we did not cook at home until I insisted. Because I insisted also because I had an add-on credit card with my father. Okay. He said the restaurant bills are too many. I have to pay. Where are you spending this money? I said, I'm spending it on eating meat. He says, why? So you have to eat meat. I said, I want to eat at least twice or thrice a week. I want. He says, Achha, then maybe you should start cooking at home.
So who started cooking? Considering that your mom probably was not used to cooking meat.
My mom used to cook for us. When we were children, she used to cook at times, chicken and all that. I have very little memory of how good she was with cooking chicken. Because it was a luxury for us just to have chicken.
No, but we also ate non-veg only on Sundays. Because throughout the week it wasn't,
yeah,
could afford it.
But I started cooking.
You started
I started cooking. I was doing Khana Khazana and I had developed this. I was in Fiji for 2 years. I was working in Fiji and I was alone over there. And there was nothing to do there except drink beer. There's a local drink called Yangona. It is like a narcotic powder. It's a powdered thing which you mix water in. It tastes like mud. But it's a very addictive mud. So, you have beer, you have Yangona. Yangona, you take one Yangona, clap like this, take beer. So all you do is that, and you have a barbecue. Every house that you have has a barbecue in the backyard. It's called a lovo pit.
Lovo pit.
Lovo. So lovo is like you dig a hole in the ground and there are these hot stones, lovo stones. They are white stones, which you heat up. So you put they used to put the entire animal there.
Sounds delicious, huh?
And just put the
marinate the whole animal?
No, they would marinate. They would just put salt and maybe some ginger garlic and just put it down and then put the hot stones. And you'd be drinking while it was cooking in those stones. The stones just keep getting hotter. The stones have a quality where they don't cool down. They actually get hotter. So then so it's all manly things. Take a shovel, take out all the stones, all the mitti,
tear the meat up and eat it.
Then you eat it. So I started marinating them. I said, "Yeah, this is very bland."
You started experimenting with the marination?
So I said, "Yeah, you don't know, tandoori chicken and all hota hai hamare yahan.
Hamare Indian,
Indian food. So but it's too bland." So I started putting chicken, putting it in foil, putting it down there, and people started loving it. They said, "This is damn good." Spiced food and in a low pit.
So you could have opened a restaurant in Fiji instead of becoming a filmmaker.
I don't think I would have survived the beer.
So we are hungry, no? We better order the food. No? तो बातें करते जाएंगे और खाना नहीं आएगा.
और खाने की बातें करेंगे.
खाने की बातें करेंगे, मुंह में पानी आएगा और खाना नहीं आएगा. तो भैया खाना मंगाओ यार. Not on the set, you don't. There's no food.
Set में मतलब I get the budgets in which all I can do is direct.
अच्छा there's only other खाई है ना yes start मटन हाँ हाँ So your love for mutton is legendary. So I thought instead of taking you to a place where you've eaten millions of niharis and eating rans and Avdi food and this, I said it would be a good idea to eat Maharashtrian food. That's why Malwani food, they have a variety of mutton here also. There is mutton, there is also keema, there is all kind of stuff.
You know, I'm really happy to be eating here because I've been craving. So I'm shooting right now. So I was craving Maharashtrian food, so I ordered from Mahesh Manjrekar's.
Oh, that place in Goregaon.
Suka Suki.
Oh, beautiful it is.
Very good. So, there's Kala
mutton.
Kala mutton.
Kala mutton and then Zawra, if you like, dried shrimp.
Yeah, dried shrimp.
Oh.
Dried shrimp and bombil. Dried bombil.
I love it. Please start. However, whatever is all right. So let's just quickly look at what we have on the table. This is mutton, prawns, crab, pomfret, and this is surmai and rice, and we can order some more.
And
This is
prawns biryani.
Shall I say it?
Say it.
Prawn biryani. And he immediately abused me because biryani can only be of mutton. No? Hoti nahi yaar. Prawn ki biryani nahi hoti. Yeah, but we'll call it a prawn pulao.
There's also vegetarian biryani, no? Vegetable biryani.
कैसे हो सकता है? I don't even like chicken biryani. Biryani में mutton ही होनी चाहिए. Yeah. So this is true mutton lover. This is.
Yeah.
So tell me.
I'm digging in.
Please start digging in. My question to you is this: you literally invented food shows on television. Before you did Sanjeev's Khana Khazana, or rather, before you did Hansal Mehta's Khana Khazana, before Sanjeev Kapoor also came, there were no real TV shows on television. Food shows on television.
So when I went to ZTV with the idea that I want to make a recipe show, so I don't call it a food show, it was a recipe show. And the idea was, can we have recipes that you have in restaurants? And they can be cooked around the country, but you are not able to travel to some legendary places and take it to your homes. So the idea was to start with featuring all the chefs around the city. One by one. So I went to Saiba, went to Delhi Darbar, I got the chefs to cook.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, so I went to a lot of and in that search I found Sanjeev.
At Centaur.
And I went to Centaur and the GM there introduced me to all the chefs but Sanjeev.
I mean, being the pioneer of food shows, and now would you like one of these fried ones? We are now completely inundated with food shows. Wherever you look, there's a food show. Is there a huge difference between your days when you started Khana Khazana, all the way coming to our days when we started our thing, and today,
Now, it's available at your fingertips, it's on the mobile. It's far more refined, the way it's shot, the cameras are better. People are far more conscious of how they present the food. And what I like is that, there's this culture of sharing recipes.
Yes. True.
They are not secret anymore. So when today I saw a reel where the tunde kebab ka, one of the grandchildren is preparing the kebab. This is our secret masala hai. These things are not meant to be kept secret.
Correct.
Maza haath ka hota hai, masale ka nahi. Masala is the same.
Correct. But that's what they used to say in the old days, no? Yes, masala, all these ustads come into the kitchen, banate hai, lekin ek ingredient batane nahi hai, and you never.
And ingredient अलग क्या होगा?
Correct, क्या?
ऐसा क्या होगा? Why are you forcing people to deconstruct the dish?
And considering our recipes are not written down anywhere.
So I have a treasure trove of recipes in Urdu.
From where?
From Lucknow.
Really?
Somebody shared the traditional. And they are written in the old measures, which is seer, tola, mash.
Seer, tola, yeah, correct, yeah.
So I had to convert. I converted all the measures. It's written like a story, not like a recipe. So I converted all that. I've actually written down those recipes. I tried them, refined the quantities.
When you source the book, where did it come from?
It came to me from an actor called Shadaab Khan, Amjad Khan's son. So Shadab is a foodie. He's a foodie who's always on diet.
Sounds very familiar.
But his house, the food is like outstanding. He sends big days but it's food that will put you to sleep.
But that's why not? This is दोपहर को.
It's supposed to.
That's why I prefer lunches. खा के सो जाओ, शाम को उठ सकते हो. But
Thank you.
is it true that in your house, being a filmmaker, you have more food books than film books?
I have no film books. Why would I go home and read about films?
True. And
No, I have food. Like food is. My wife has told me that you need to buy a new house for your books.
I love the passion now. What do you think of the food?
This mutton, very well done.
This mutton, no?
Good.
Tell me, when you make a biryani, do you cook the meat separately or do you cook it with the...
Depending on which biryani.
Which biryani?
I'm not a biryani fan.
Oh no?
Yeah. So
No?
this is a
My heart is broken.
no because Lucknowi, the Avdis believe that biryani doesn't exist.
They don't.
It's pulao.
The pulao.
So I make yakni pulao,
Very nice.
and that is what I like. It's delicate.
Delicate.
ये पोटली में ना मीट को अलग से कुक करते हैं.
Sirf aromas, fragrances, flavors.
The secret is in the potli. What you put in the potli. So I put that secret on my Instagram account. It's there. The whole potli ka contents.
What is inside the potli?
That yakni, like my daughter, I'm going home today after many days. So she called me, Dad, you're coming. Are you going to cook yakni tonight? So I'm going back to the hotel.
And we're going to
go cook and go.
cook and go. We've been doing the show quite openly with showing all kind of food. We've been trolled occasionally,
Yeah.
but you got to take the good with the bad, I think.
So every time I post a meat recipe on Instagram, some comments कि अरे आप गुजराती हो के हिंदू हो के
Absolutely.
जानवर को मारते हो ये वो. But I mean that is
Power for the cause.
it's also choice. Everything that you do, you have a choice to eat or not to eat, to watch or not to watch.
And we should be given our choice, right? To watch or not to watch, most importantly.
Yeah. You know, the Hindu non-vegetarian cuisine is so nice, so fascinating. Kashmiri Hindu food. I mean, their Rogan Josh
Yeah.
is exquisite. It has like just hing.
Without onion garlic.
It's so good. Their Machwangan Korma, which is their signature Hindu dish. So good. Just red chili, water.
Yes, correct. We just came from Kashmir, having done one full episode on Kashmiri Hindu food. Beautiful.
It's very good. The food is, and it's very close to the Wazwan.
Yes, but
The ingredients are slightly different.
Yeah. So even homes that we went to in Kashmir, very robust vegetarian cuisine, even amongst the Muslims.
So my wife is Muslim, but a vegetarian.
Beautiful.
Rarely eats meat. Her preference is vegetarian. Vegetarian maybe she's grown up eating lauki and tinda. It's a thing. I said, if I had known earlier, I would have reconsidered.
I would have thought about whether I should marry you or not. Does she cook?
Lauki and tinda. And arar ki dal.
She's lucky to have you cooking then.
She does it. Allegedly, the friends in San Francisco keep saying that when she was there, she used to cook halim and all that. It's a very good legend. Hai.
So now recently in London, I read somewhere, you cook 10 kilos of meat and 10 kilos of curry or something. What
No, so that was Ranveer Brar.
with Ranveer? This is the other thing. This man loves food so much that his next protagonist in a film is a British chef.
This is the second time I made Ranveer Brar act. He was in Modern Love.
Correct. I saw that series. Yes.
So
yes.
there also he played a chef in that.
He played a chef
So I gave him. I said, "Ye banana."
over there on camera. Yeah,
On camera. So he made nihari. One day he made yakni pulao.
Nice.
Beautiful yakni pulao, and he made this thing, kimami sevai. Kimami sevai has no milk.
Oh, okay. सिर्फ घी में बनते हैं.
सिर्फ घी में बनते हैं और पानी में, घी और पानी में, शुगर का पानी, and उसमें they're dry. They're dry, so they have to be cooked to perfection. They can become soggy, they can become sticky. So it's a delicate.
So the Parsis have this sev dahi that they eat on auspicious days with the sevaiyan, which is vermicelli actually, is cooked with ghee and with charoli and pistachio and sugar and all that, and eaten with curd. So
I've never had that. Yeah.
Sev dahi. So it's very interesting. Of course, if your curd is also sweet, it's even nicer. If it's very sour, then you actually balance it out. But it's exactly like that,
But I like Parsi food again. It's something that I feel is getting lost.
It is.
We don't have like I have a lot of Parsi cookbooks. I've grown up with Parsi. So
That makes two of us, huh?
a lot of Parsi.
All my friends
So
are
I grew up with that taste. Still remains. The घर में जो सली बोटी बनती थी.
Restaurant में मिलती नहीं
मिलती. So the sourness, the correct amount of sweet, sour taste. The salli also was fried at home.
Yeah. Grated
and fried at home. But it was something else with with pav.
वो गरम
एकदम ना, and the cutlets.
Oh, lacy cutlets. Lacy cutlets. Egg fried. Oh, look at this. We've jumped cuisines also right now. Okay,
but it's very dhan shak. So I call Parsi people to my house and I cook dhan shak for them.
And what is the reaction?
They're quite surprised because it's very good. Even if I may say so, I eat my dhan shak a lot.
So we have to do 2 more episodes with Hansal. We will do a dhan shak episode and we have to do a nihari episode.
Anytime.
That's the plan.
Yeah, anytime.
No? You finish shooting a film and then after that.
Anytime.
So you want to talk about the film a little bit? What you're doing right now?
I'm not sure. It's not a film. I'm doing a show. I'm not allowed to talk too much about it. But
okay. But
yes,
it's on whatever is in the news.
It's called Gandhi.
Okay.
So it's on. It's based on Ramchandra Guha's books.
Book. Okay,
With 2 books.
Ram Guha's book.
Yeah.
So, but that is a whole. He takes you
From his early days
up to independence. He brings you.
Yeah. So there are 2 books. So one is Gandhi before India. The other book is the India, the Gandhi years.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So this is a long series, and you trace Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa all the way up.
I'm hoping you'll discover him as a human being, and through that, take his message home. Otherwise, what happens is messages are now dehumanized. They're deified.
Correct. Yeah, you put it on a pedestal.
So messages are coming from God. And we have done that to all these people, to our leaders, to a man like Gandhi. Now, how about seeing him as an ordinary person and understanding his message? That, it's a message that there's a Gandhi in all of us. And it's through our experiences that we can absorb and learn and improve. And, like injustice. Understanding injustice and standing up against it. Not behaving stupid about it. There's so many lessons to learn. And it's been eye-opening for me also.
No, and I'm sure that you, with your ability to handle these subjects, and more than subjects, handle people and their stories, whether it's Hansal Mehta, whether it's even Scoop, you'll do a fine job. I'm quite sure.
Funnily, it's like part of a Gujrati trilogy. Hansal Mehta.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
Scoop was Jigna Vora, Jagruti Pathak.
Correct.
And this is Mohandas
Mohandas
Karamchand,
Karamchand Gandhi, yeah.
all Gujaratis.
You become the Gujarati expert, I say. Now you have to learn to cook some Gujarati food also.
I do. I make a good undiyu.
Yeah?
Yeah, good undiyu, but it's okay. So, but I did a Gujarati thali recently with mutton, with Khatri style.
Khatri style mutton.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a Gujarati thali, so you have undiyu. So I had called friends over. So they said, "ठीक है, चलो undiyu. This is one of those trips. You have rotlo, undiyu, curry, but there was also mutton.
Mutton.
And that Khatri style. It's a very Gujarati.
I
Very
wanted an
spicy.
invitation. I wanted an invitation
Haan.
to the Mehta house. No, we do in our community, so we are a small community of Maharashtrians, Bombay based. We do what we call ghada, which is again mixed vegetables, similar, and the same kind of vegetables. So you find bengal, you'll find double B, you'll find drumsticks,
Yeah.
and all that. But we put mutton in it,
Achha.
we put prawn in it, and we put ghol in it. All three proteins. So it becomes I'm not a big fan, but
Because there's something similar that I've had, very coastal. We make all this on a festival पे सारे vegetables mix करके it comes to my house. So one
popti, no, not popti, huh?
I forget the name.
Is it? Does it come from
I have to
Aligarh?
ask. No. I have to ask. But I don't like it.
We can continue eating,
Ah.
but I think it's been just a pleasure having you on the show. I think.
Thank you, sir. My
I
pleasure.
think it's just to eat with somebody who's passionate about food is just a joy, really.
Same here. Ditto.
Yeah. And we've laughed, eaten, and chatted throughout this. I don't know about the audience back home, but we've only touched upon your films and your cinema work. But everybody else talks about it. We'll talk about you, your life, your food.
And come home.
And come home.
घर आइएगा.
And
निहारी खाइएगा.
निहारी खाएंगे और गुजराती थाली भी खाएंगे. And thank you so much. So, guys, if you like this episode, you know what to do. You have to share, subscribe, and comment. Comment is very important. And no bad comments, okay? Only good comments. Yes. And thank you, Hansal. Thank you very much. Best of luck for the new project.
Thank you.
And आते रहिए, खाते रहिए और पूछते रहिए खाने में क्या है.